Now we can all say that Renaissance fairs are a waste of time and money. Go ahead, you've won the argument. They are. Congratulations, here's your applause. Big brain idea. But for the rest of you who are a little bit like me, who will happily pay for your dry, overpriced turkey legs, who will happily sit and watch your cringe performances, who will easily waste her time in the hot heat to watch a joust that I can barely hear, I am ready for it. I am ready for it. So, if you're a little bit like me, who gets so happy to look at little weapons, to dress up in little costumes, if you're like me, who is fun, come, I would like to take you to the Tuileries Renaissance Fair. But I will not take you anyway. Get dressed up, you're all dirty. All right, now we can go.
Tonight.
This is actually going to be kind of a short video because the Tuileries Renaissance Fair was probably a 3 at best. I truly believe that the Renaissance Fair is not responsible for you to have a good time. I think you're gonna have a good time if you're a person that has a good time, but if you're a person that is looking for the space to fulfill you, well, then you should not go to Renaissance fairs because they are subpar at best. Take the Tuileries Renaissance Fair. It was probably a 3, but that doesn't mean that we didn't have great interactions. You know, we did have great moments, and I'm going to share a few of them with you, even though overall this Renaissance Fair was subpar at best. I'm working on my angles, because I like sitting, you know, who doesn't want to sit? I'm a sitter, I'm pro sitting, and I feel like this angle makes me look so big. I feel far away from you. It's like I want you closer. And can I say why I have you here? You are looking beautiful today. You are looking gorgeous today. And if I did not have a boyfriend, I would be lonely somewhere because you're way out of my league. Now that I've enticed you, let's talk about the Renaissance Fair. If you want to have a great time at a Renaissance Fair, I think the first thing you should do is buy a weapon. It should be some type of wooden weapon. It should be something that you can easily hold. But if you want to get a giant wooden staff that day, you should. You should go through the Renaissance Fair and go straight towards weapons. The reason why kids have such a good time at these Renaissance fairs or anything at all is because they are typically the ones that are getting bought things. Buy yourself something, buy a weapon. I had to buy a weapon, but I could not decide whether I wanted a short weapon or this long sword. There was something powerful about this long sword that day. I was there bright and early. I picked up this sword, and man, did I feel like, oh, time to go to Valhalla. The other sword though was way more practical. Like, it was definitely something that I could hold throughout my day. If I had the big sword, I would have to figure out how to carry this around. But the energy from that sword made me feel like it's time to go on a journey. But all in all, I did go for the small sword. I like it. Next Renaissance Fair, maybe I'll ante up. But I'm definitely one of those people that will buy a weapon at a Renaissance Fair. My plan for the Renaissance Fair to buy myself things that are like actually kind of practical is to buy things for my outfit.
It's supposed to be a compliment. I don't even know how to do this actually. Never mind.
I only wore a corset that day, but there's a story about this corset. As a busty woman, finding a corset for me is difficult. And what corsets do is that they just kind of squish you together and lift everything up. I do not need my boobs to be lifted because I am blessed. However, I still want to wear a corset because that is cute. That is at the time. I've always wanted to wear one. I am a small, stout girl, and damn it, I want to wear a corset. So I'm putting on this corset, and I realize that my boobs are just falling over. Like, very inappropriately. Like, I am so subconscious of my boobs. Here's just a couple of pictures of me. Obviously, I look fine, but when you're wearing it, you know, it's just, I felt uncomfortable, and the whole day I was just trying to get my chichas back into position. But But I will say another thing that happened with this corset, which is why I'm glad I'm wearing it, as I was entering the Tuileries Renaissance Fair, the guys above saw that I still had my tag. I had bought this corset like maybe 2 days prior, and it came in time, and I didn't even take off my tag. I like literally put it on while I was driving on the way to the fair, and the guys had saw it and they were like, maiden, you have a tag. And then one of the guys made a really funny joke. He said, we got your back. And I thought it was funny. So to any woman who's kind of busty, you know, Renaissance fairs really are like a time where you can have your boobs out. It's just true. And you know, and I think it's fine that women want to have our boobs out. Do you know what it's like wearing a bra? You guys are allowed to be shirtless, men, but I want my bosoms to be out. But I understand that children come to these things, so it's more important to be appropriately dressed for all eyes than instead of my weird fetish of having my boobs out comfortably. So much to ask. I do so much for children, but people don't think that's doing a lot, but it is. Let's talk about the joust. People get real horny for joust. Like, to me, it's always sunny.
Big old horse.
I always can't hear them. And this one had an added benefit of being dusty. And over a highway. Like, we were literally next to the highway, having like the biggest moment. I actually think it did add to the experience. But overall, I am not a joust person. Like a female jouster, then I'd be like, all right, let's up the ante. But I don't want to see two men fighting each other. Speaking of men fighting each other, when we first walked in, these guys were like fighting each other and giving like combat skills if you're being like, I guess, grouped beat up. Like when there's a group of knights and you're the only one, and how to fight back. And literally their advice was, yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to do that. You're just gonna die. It was very boring, and I was glad we moved on. And what did we move on to? The giant chess. I'll be quick with this one. I'm not gonna be quick with this one. My boyfriend and I play chess. We play chess, he beats me every single time, like it's the easiest thing in the world for him to do, and it pisses me off. You wanna know why? Because I had an ex before, and I used to cream him, like it wasn't an issue. And now, this man, my current boyfriend, got it in my head that my ex was letting me win the whole time and that I actually suck at chess. I'm willing to come up to the plate, play chess, lose and lose, but I better be given a fair fucking game. So no letting me win. So we see the chessboard, and I'm making eye contact with my boyfriend, something like this. Bring it on. And believe it or not, chess sets seem to appear anytime me and him go out. It's like the world wants us to do a freaking battle, and I'm up for the game. But this kid actually comes around, and she's watching us play, and she's like so much smaller than the table, and she's like looking at me, and she looks at him, and then she takes out of her pocket a small little duck, and she puts it on one of the things as if that was her move. Adorable! Do you also want to know what the little duck looked like? I actually have the exact same duck this little girl had. Let me show you. She literally, she went, I'm sorry. It's too much. It was the most adorable thing, and it made me very happy, and I knew that I was chosen by the Renaissance fairies to let me have a good time, because there is something else I want to talk about that made me have a super good time at this Renaissance fair. Play the clip.
With your elbow. Perfect, just for a little bit of extra support. I'm going to have you open up your fingers. Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait, I'm
Slide the line in between. And then go ahead and create a fist. I'm going to set Retta onto your fist. There we go.
Okay, Retta?
This is Retta. Retta.
You know, I don't know why birds are so often at Renaissance fairs, but they are. And I think a good Renaissance fair should have some type of animal encounter.
No, unfortunately not. With your eyes, you're more than welcome. Unfortunately not with your fingers.
Do you believe in bird magic? If you don't, you're missing out. Because when you hold a bird and it's that close to your face, you get powers. And what's the powers? It's wonder, magic, excitement, joy. So if you want a little magic, go hold a bird. But only with a bird expert. Let me have this. Let us have Renaissance fairs. For the people who actually like them, just let us have it. Anyways, my bird actually was famous. But they could tell me anything about this bird and I would be like, that's nice for bird. Anyways, Greta was famous. I touched famous bird and now I shall be famous.
At some point she stole Shakira's bra, I believe, in a music video.
Who's that? I'm holding it as if I'm actually still holding her. She was very heavy, but perfectly fine for her weight. There was also another animal encounter. A little gopher-like thing made his appearance. It was very cute. That's all. I also ran into two friends and they looked amazing. One of them was a poison plant and she wore gloves because she'd get toxin, and she had these cute little babies.
Harold, Clarence, and then no, this is Shelly, and this is Clarence, and then this is Joy.
Cute. This is my friend right here. She is a mushroom. I cannot remember what mushroom, but she is this mushroom now on screen. There was also a guy throwing cabbages out of a catapult. I'm down for that type of shenanigans. You guys have no idea. I am down for that type of shenanigans. Yeah, let's see what a watermelon looks like. Let's do potatoes. Let's throw a big thing of rice. And my boyfriend's like, those things would hurt people. And I'm all like, stay out of the way. Look at the zones. You will learn very quickly that I am a child. Anyways, we also got to see the parade of fancy people in clothes.
Save the Queen! Save the Queen!
I had this strange moment at the Renaissance Fair. I saw this jar that said you can get a pearl.
You get to pick it though.
I do?
Yes.
You would take the pearl out of the jar and then she put this little like blanket on it and then she just... Oh my gosh! Did you just kill this animal to take its shell? In the moment, it was like, I kid you, it's like they all registered at the same time that I did not find this okay. After it was done, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right actually. Killing little oysters, or I don't even know what's the one that they actually have the pearl mussels? I don't even know. Whatever it is, she broke its shell and then she took it out of its little slimy sack and then she gave it to me. Like it was some weird exchange. I know it's just me, but it was very uncomfortable. But I did buy the pearl. It was a very nice, pretty color, but it was definitely like a moment of maybe this wasn't okay. There were two shows that we saw.
Whether be cold or hot, I'll fight the city. Always in the sun.
I actually thought one of the other ones, which I didn't get a lot of footage of, was the better show. But after that, you know, we were kind of ready to go. It's hot where I'm from, so once it hits 2 p.m., everyone should just be inside, and everyone where I live should get free AC. Let's go. After that, we drove back home. Here's just a few things that I bought at the Renaissance Fair, if you're interested. Next fair, I wanted to buy a hat. I didn't find any ones that I liked at this one, but I wanted to buy a hat. I said that I was going to be a poet. I'm a pirate poet. So I have a book of poems that I will read for you for 25 cents. But I'm also a pirate, so if you ever try to steal from me, you best to watch out for my blade.
Hey, can I just thank you for getting to the end of this video? I appreciate it every time. If you want to support the channel, then subscribe. If you want to see more content where I'm going to Renaissance fairs, then like this video. And comment down below what character you would be if you ever went to a Renaissance fair, or if you have been to a Renaissance fair. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. So long, Hotman.